Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rita. If you're new here, welcome. Definitely go ahead and consider subscribing to my channel. All you need to do is hit this little red button. We talk about beauty, a couple of lifestyle videos, and we do a lot of shopping for makeup. And speaking of shopping for makeup, I am so excited to finally review the Lisa Eldridge, the Seamless Skin Foundation. So this is a fairly new foundation and especially new to her line. She just came out with this very recently and I was able to try it by getting one of the little sample cards. I do have it here. It's actually looking pretty gross at this point. So I was able to determine my favorite shade out of the four that I got, and I decided on number 11. So today we're gonna be testing it out. It is of course what's on my face today. I do have some thoughts and opinions. I've been using this foundation for I want to say 4 or 5 times. So I have a semi-formed opinion. Of course it's makeup. You can always, do different things and the results will be a little bit different. So my opinion can change over time as much, as more as I've been using it. But so far I do have a pretty formed opinion on this. So we'll discuss that in a minute. So far, let's go ahead and talk about the price point. This is going to be a $61 foundation and this is going to be a 1 fluid ounce. So your typical foundation size would be 1 fluid ounce. It does come in this beautiful box, all white, very cohesive with her, with all her other boxes like her lipsticks and glosses. I do have my collection of lipsticks up there. And this is going to be in this very sturdy cardboard material. So this is a very hard cardboard, and on the very top you have the shade number. So mine again is number 11. It might not look very good right now because it is a little bit bright. I am filming with natural light. I wanted this to be with natural light so you can actually see how everything looks so much better and realistic. So this is just, on the front you get her huge, beautiful Lisa Eldridge signature logo, and then you open it up like that and you remove the top and you get the beautiful bottle just sitting, standing in the box. So you can actually use the box to just, set it in your vanity. That's probably the way that I'm gonna be using mine because there is something very specific about this bottle. It is this beautiful frosted glass, very similar to her, or basically the same as her Elevated Glow, which is one of her past releases. This is like a face highlight and you can use it for different things, but similar or basically the same frosted bottle, which I really love how cohesive she has been with her line. And you get the very stunning gold top like her lipsticks. It's just one of my favorites, which actually have a lipstick right here. So you open it up and you get a beautiful pump, which honestly I couldn't expect less for such a pricey foundation. It comes with a pump. It does work very nicely. I've already used it, of course, and in the bottle it just says Lisa Eldridge, this Seamless Skin, and on the back you get again the number of your shade. Lisa Eldridge is of course a renowned makeup artist, very famous across the globe. She's absolutely amazing with makeup. She knows so much of the actual makeup history, and in this formula specifically she worked for this foundation for a very long time. She has a very dedicated video talking about the foundation. I'm gonna link it down below. She'll definitely speak better of this than I can, but I'm gonna go ahead and read what she describes on the actual box. So this is going to be listed as an intelligently formulated self-setting foundation, blends effortlessly to smooth and unify skin with a natural looking soft focus finish. So it says that it's also a skin-friendly formula, gives a customizable coverage that fuses seamlessly with your skin. It basically says that you can build up your coverage. So you can start with a little, just like a pump, and then from there customize your coverage and enhance the foundation as you would like. Although the bottle is absolutely stunning and it's very ergonomical whenever you're actually grabbing it, like putting it in your hand and using it, it feels very nice on your hand. It is not going to be ideal to put on your vanity or to store on your drawers. The way I store my foundations is gonna be actually right here behind. It's a little just door and you open it, and I like to have all my foundations and my primers standing, so this is not something that I'm gonna be able to do. If I want to stand it, I would have to use the actual stand, and this just takes, whoops, a ton of space. Like this box would take a lot of space, which I don't have anymore on my little foundation, you know, place. So the other way that you can store this foundation is by just sitting it. So I could just sit it on my drawer or on my vanity like that. So it does sit very nicely. It is very pretty to look at, but it's not ideal, at least for me, to store, just because I would have to just have my foundation just, you know, sitting like that. And all my foundations are stored behind a little door. She did an amazing job with shades. She came out with 40 shades, and as an independent brand, I feel like that's just absolutely awesome. I feel like you will be able to find your perfect match. She did also dabble a lot into the different undertones, so a light skin is not going to be the same across the board. So there can be someone with light skin with pink undertones, neutral, yellow, golden, and she nailed it. I feel like she has a ton of shades that you will be able to find your perfect color match. If you're in the UK, of course, you're gonna be lucky enough to go into a pop-up store and be able to get matched there. If you're off the UK, which probably the majority of us are, you can just get her sample cards whenever you place any order on her website for free. So you can add more than one, I believe, for like $3. Yeah, so you can get one card free in any of your orders. So that's how I got mine. I did buy her newest lipstick collection, which I haven't reviewed just yet. This video is gonna come out first, and then the lipsticks. So whenever I got the lipsticks, I was able to get one of this. I just wanted to get one, and honestly, it was a good thing because I found my perfect match with just this one. But if you're unsure on which card to get, you can always get a second one for only $3, and actually you get a pretty decent amount of product. I think I used this like 4 times, so I got 2 uses out of each one. So for that, I feel like it's pretty good because you can actually, you know, at least try the foundation good enough that you'll be able to decide, hey, is this for me or not? I think that's everything that I want to talk before we actually go ahead and try it. So now let's go ahead and move on with the foundation application. Everything is going to be listed down below. How I got this full face, it'll be in the description box. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the foundation. I've been applying this foundation is going to be with my moisturizer, of course, just my regular skincare, and then I like to add a more moisturizing primer. This is very normal to me. I always use moisturizing primers because my skin tends to be more on the drier side. Normal to dry, but especially dry during the winter months. So I'm gonna be using the Smashbox Primerizer for today. I already have my usual skincare. So primer is all done. I'm gonna be using the Eldridge, the Elevated Glow. So basically her highlighter. I've got mine in the shade Cosmic Rose. I'm gonna be using it just in half of my face, so this side, to show you how it could look, just because, you know, they are both from her line, and this is something that I would also normally do, not with this foundation. I haven't tried it together, but this is something that I like to use. For instance, the Charlotte Tilbury, similar product to this one, I like to go all over my skin as a primer and then add the foundation. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be using just this half of my face, and the half of it is gonna be just with the primer, so you can actually see the difference. I haven't tried this, so we'll see how it goes. Personally, I have noticed that this foundation can be a little bit drier for me. That's why I wanted to go with the Elevated Glow to provide a little bit more glow, but I did not want to just put it across the board because I want you to see on this side how the foundation actually performs by itself. So let's go ahead and start with the foundation. I haven't again used this pump, so this bottle, it's gonna be brand new. I wanted to try it for the first time on camera as just, you know, how the bottle performs and the pumps and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead on the back of my hand, like I always apply my foundation, and I'm going to apply 1 pump. Well, let's begin with 1 pump. Okay, so that is what 1 pump would be. That is definitely not gonna be enough for my liking. I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 more pumps. So that is 3 pumps of foundation. That's more realistic, like I would use. And you can tell in the consistency, this is going to be kind of like more on the thicker side. It's running down a little bit, but not as a more liquid foundation. With my fingers, I'm just going to start applying it on my face just a little bit, That would probably be enough. And now I'm just going to use my foundation brush. So by the way, this is the It foundation brush, and I'm going to start blending this on my skin. Okay, so here is half of the face with the foundation and then half with just the elevated glow. And this is very interesting because I did find this on the other times that I've used it. On my forehead, it kind of sits a little bit weird. It doesn't entirely absorb like on the rest of the face. So I don't know if the camera's gonna be able to pick it up, but you can see a little bit of the foundation just kind of like sitting there. It does get better. It does get better. As soon as I'm done with my makeup, I really can't tell anymore. I feel like the foundation absorbs, but I feel like it does take a minute for it to fully just look the best on me. And as the day, you know, progresses, the foundation definitely looks better. I'm not saying it looks bad at this moment. I'm just saying I do notice that it is sitting like on my forehead. I wish the camera can pick it up. But yeah, you can see like right there specifically. Color match, I think it's absolutely perfect. I really love the way it looks. I feel like it matches really good. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of the foundation on the other side of my face where we do have the elevated glow. And I might add a little bit extra on this side just because I like a more full coverage foundation, but that's just my personal liking. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend now with the same brush. I'm gonna get a little bit closer so you can see a little bit better how everything is looking. Once again, I do feel like my skin is not looking its best. Like down here, which by the way, it's my drier areas. Like this is my drier areas in my face. I do have normal to dry, but it's just looking also like it's just sitting on the skin. Like it's not fully absorbing. I do of course go after this and add concealer. I do have vitiligo, so I like to cover the white patches with concealer so that also helps the foundation, I'm not gonna lie. So this is an area that I add concealer, and of course around my eyes. So this area I add more concealer just because, you know, redness on my nose, and then down here for the white. I'm not trying to be super nitpicky with this foundation, but I am at the same time because this is a $61 foundation. So it is probably the priciest one that I've ever bought. It is very expensive. So being on the high end and on really on the higher end of pricing, I want to be as, you know, as nitpicky as I can be because again, the price tag is pretty high. So for a $61 foundation, I want my face to look absolutely flawless. So these little details are now making my face absolutely flawless. So another area which is like not looking its best, kind of like just sitting there, it's gonna be right here in the center of my eyebrows. The foundation is also looking like it's just kind of like sitting there. So after a few minutes of application, here is the full face with the foundation. So this side again has the primerizer and the foundation. So you can see that it's definitely more matte compared to this side. And then again, this side has both of the kind of like primers that I used. So the primerizer and then the Elevated Glow by Lisa, and of course the foundation. So you can definitely see all the glow peeking through. It is not looking greasy, which I love. It is not looking overly glowy. It just gives that subtle glow whenever I move my face around. You can see it right there. So I really love that. And then you look at this side and there's absolutely no glow. Personally, I prefer this side. So my best method of application moving forward is going to be using my normal moisturizer primer and then adding a little bit of glow underneath, or maybe just adding a primer that's going to be more on the glowy side, like the Rare Beauty that I really love, just to provide me that extra glow that the foundation itself is not gonna give me. I'm still gonna go ahead and add my usual powder. The way I do my makeup is I'm gonna go ahead right now and apply concealer, like I was mentioning earlier, around my eyes, around my mouth, and around my nose to cover the redness on the nose and then the white on the other areas. And then I do like to powder those same areas. For the rest of the face, so cheeks and forehead, I like to leave without any powder. I just of course apply my regular cheek powders, which is gonna be bronzer, highlight, and blush. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and complete my face and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back with my full face done. I will list everything that I used in the description down below. I did use the extra Lisa Eldridge products that I have. So the blush and a lipstick are gonna be both Lisa Eldridge. So let's take a closer look at the face. It is definitely looking better. The only thing that I'm missing to apply is gonna be my face mist. I just wanted to show you how it's looking with just the makeup. So I always like to go for a finishing spray, and I like to use, or lately I've been liking the Tilbury. It's one of my favorites, and I also find that it gives me a lot of glow and kind of like more moisture looking to my skin, if that makes any sense. Just kind of like melts everything a little bit nicer. So here again is the side that I used the Elevated Glow. I did of course already add more highlight, and I went on with a matte bronzer. I did use the Victoria Beckham just so I wouldn't add any more glow to the face except for the Elevated Glow and the actual highlighter. So here is this side and then this side. So I feel like now with all the products on and with the additional highlighter that I just used one from Hourglass, I feel like the face looks pretty even and everything looks more smooth. And like I mentioned earlier, this foundation, I feel like on me, personally, on my normal to dry skin, looks better throughout the day. So this is probably, I want to say like 30 minutes after application. Like I've done everything, probably 30 to 40 minutes after application. So it is looking pretty good. Once again, the color match, I feel like it looks perfect. I like it. It's not my favorite. I'm not gonna say this is my favorite. It is very expensive. It's gonna be $61, and I feel like some countries it's even more expensive if you have to pay for duties whenever they import the product. So it is quite pricey. If you have drier skin than myself, I feel like it'll be a trial and error to try to make this work for you. I did have to use, but this is very normal for me. I always go for a very moisturizing primer, and depending on the foundation, because I do enjoy more matte foundations. Like the Tilbury is one of my favorites, and it is a matte foundation. The matte one, I can't remember the name. And all I like to do is add some more glowy primer and a very moisturizer primer. So just playing with the foundation and seeing what works for you best, I feel like you can enjoy it. It's not going to be a satin neutral, a natural finish like I was expecting. I think that's actually what it's targeted to be. It's just targeted to be a more satin, skin-friendly foundation. The whole skin friendly, I feel like it could be better, because if you have drier skin, it can cling to some dry patches and it can look just kind of like sitting on the face, which is not my favorite. But I'm not ditching it. I think it's a good foundation for the price point. I think it could be a little bit better, I'm not going to lie, but so far I am liking it. It's been a little bit over 6 hours since I first applied the foundation. It's almost 3 o'clock and I did apply it at like 8 a.m. So it has had some time to just, you know, have my natural oils be produced in my skin, and I feel like it definitely looks better than when originally applied. Personally, I was expecting a bit more on the satin finish, a bit more of a, not glowy, but just like a satin finish. I feel like this is more on the mattifying side, again for my skin type, but it doesn't bother me because I can make it work. I do like to have the option of having a foundation that can work both ways. That I can do this foundation, you know, just apply it without any glow and just make it more on the matte side, or apply it with a more glowy primer and then make it, you know, more satin-like, more glowy, which is my best bet. Do I think a foundation that's $61 worth it? I don't think any foundation should be $61, just in general. But again, you know that you're buying a luxury high-end brand, so you pay for whatever is behind all the luxury, and you definitely pay for the packaging. This is a very sturdy, very weighted, very beautiful glass, frosted glass with a beautiful gold, a pump. So you are paying for packaging, but that's something that we already know. That's just makeup, that's just general life. So if you have the $61 to, you know, spend, I would suggest you pick it up. Like, if you love Lisa Eldridge as much as I do and you're interested in her brand and follow her YouTube channel, I would suggest you pick it up. Regardless of your skin type, you can always make it work depending on what, you know, you put underneath. But in my personal opinion. Is this gonna be my favorite? No, it's not gonna be my favorite foundation. I like to have it in my collection and I'm happy I picked it up, but I preferred others, you know, that are in my collection already compared to this one. It's just depending on what you're looking for, but am I happy I have it? Yes, I am. If that makes any sense of what I just said. But yes, I'm happy I have it. I'm happy I was able to try it, and I absolutely love this beautiful, beautiful packaging. It's not ideal to store, but I am happy to have something different. It is very different, that's for sure. Guys, so that's gonna be everything for today. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and before you leave, go ahead and hit this little red button so you can subscribe to my channel and you won't miss any of the upcoming ones. Let me know in the comments down below if you own this foundation, if you want to pick it up. What are your thoughts? Because I know I've seen a lot of mixed reviews, and personally I think I have a couple of mixed reviews myself. I like it, but it's maybe not what I had in my head that I was gonna get, if that makes sense. I was expecting more of a satin finish, and I feel like this gave me more of like a mattifying finish, which is not a bad thing. It's just not what I thought I was gonna get, if that makes sense. Anyway, you guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!